Alrighty, welcome in everybody who is ready for. Hold on, let me check my notes. The longest stream on the PBE calendar. Who is ready for some playoff baseball? Where we just cram everything into one stream. And, especially for yours truly, because yours truly is by myself today. So, I'm probably not going to have a voice tomorrow. But, who's ready for some playoffs? As we got everything nice and set up. I mean, as long as this doesn't, so for because there's always that one person. Now, granted, if I'm not streaming, I'm usually that one person. The minimum amount of games we'll be watching today is 6. The maximum 13. Oh boy. This stream's going to be anywhere from, I believe my record's 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, all the way up to 5. Let's not, well, see, I'm torn between a short stream and a long stream because yours truly also forgot that the Bucks are playing in about an hour and a half. But you know what? It's probably good for my mental health that I focus on this instead of my team possibly having an epic collapse in the second half of the season. But I digress. I digress. For those who are new, just to give you a heads up on how this stream works. So, first round is best of 5. We will only be watching clinching games, thus the between 6 and 13. Now, for our championship, we'll be watching it in its entirety, so there'll be no quick simming once we get to the finals. But we have the East and the South and the West and the North. I also don't think I don't think I have a mod today. So I'm gonna be doing triple duty today. Although to be fair, I kind of forgot to see if there was a mod available today. So that's kind of on me. But with that being said, let's just roll right into it. We also reset all the staminas, so the pitching rotations should be all nice and matched up. Go ahead and go to this screen here. So we'll just go left to right in no particular order, wherever the game has it in. Let's go ahead and get started. See if we're gonna have a potential for maximum amount of games today. West versus North to start out, and it'll be the West winning 5-1. Sankara 4 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Pimling 3 for 5 with an RBI, and then on Smith going 1 for 4. On the North, Max 1 for 4, Geisel 1 for 4, and then Smooth 1 for 3, Vikova 1 for 4. Zazaki will take the win, Tani will take the loss. Thomas Sankara is your player of the game. Also, you get to watch me do incessant amounts of saving, because this is playoffs after all. East and the South, and it's going to be a close one, 4-3 for the East. On the East, Slugs 1 for 5 along with Narukami. Skovgard 2 for 4 with an RBI. Song 2 for 4 as well with an RBI and a run scored. On the South, Rage 1 for 4 with a run. And then for our pitching, Zikafus. I'm going to miss saying that name. Zikafus will take the win. Avery Time will take the loss. Xavier Zikafus is your player of the game. I'll go ahead and save, and also let me make sure I have it to where I can update this ticker pretty quickly. So West up 1-0, and then East 1-0. All right. Go ahead and advance the day. Same thing, left to right. So West versus North. And the North are going to tie it up. Yay! No maximum amount of streams today, or games today. uh, Sorry, I gotta throw in a little streamer bias. 8-5, North will take the win. Sankara 1 for 3, 2 walks, RBI and a run scored. Um, Sparky D 2 for 4, Park 1 for 4, and then on the North, oh man, Sloth, I'm sorry, I almost said Charlie. Don't ask me why. Clark Max 2 for 4, a walk and 2 runs scored. Geisel 2 for 4, 2 RBIs and a run. Bleeker 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Um, Kevin West will take the win in relief. Healer will take the loss. Porygon 2 with the save. Brian Bleeker is your player of the game. East and the South. And the South also tie it up. 4-1, they will take the win over the East. So both series tied at a game apiece. For the East, Slugs 1 for 4 with an RBI, Narukami 1 for 4, Skovgard 1 for 3. On the South, Sluggerton 2 for 4, 2 RBIs and a run, Rage 1 for 4, and Babineau 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. For our pitching, Keelhaller will take the win, Kimura will with the loss, Exos to save. Ingrid Keelhaller is your player of the game. So go ahead and a little extra save. Both series, though, tied at 1 apiece, so basically best 2 out of 3. I believe we have the off day. Yep, the off day. All right, North and the West. North will take the 2-1 series lead over the West, 5-3. Geisel 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Max with 2 walks, 2 runs, and a stolen base. Bleeker 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, a run scored. Smooth 1 for 4 with an RBI. Vikova 1 for 4. On the West, Sankara with a walk. Pimling 2 for 4 with a run scored. Sparky D 1 for 4, 2 RBIs and a run. Park with going 1 for 4 with an RBI, as well as Smith 1 for 3. Jorbel Boykins will take the win. Amos Rich the loss. Porygon 2 with their second save of the series. Jorbel Boykins is your player of the game. South and the East. And, oh man, East with 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th will take the 7-5 win. For the South, Sluggerton 1 for 5, Rage 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Babineau going 2 for 4. On the East, Slugs 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Narukami 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, and then Song 1 for 3 with a run. Wyatt will take the win. Komtowski the loss. Roy D. Rage will be your player of the game. And now we have reached clinching opportunities. Go ahead and do a double save. Also update our little ticker here. Me being the professional that I am, I forgot who is what seed, to be quite honest. So right now the East are looking to try to pull off the upset. This might be the second or third year in a row we might have the 4 seed end up pulling off an upset special, which always tends to happen in Prospect League. In fact, safety save again. And we're just going to go left to right on this one because we're going to be watching both from here on out. So it looks like North and the West are first. And let's see. This is where I wish I had him. This is where I wish past me went out and looked for a mod today. Let's see. And I believe it is North leading. So we're going to word this, pay attention to the wording. Will the North move on? That is your prediction. We'll set for 5 minutes. Will the North move on? So in other words, will the North win? If the North wins, they will move on. For those who are also new, and maybe you haven't done this before, please go ahead and do it. For the mods, whenever they do show up, go ahead and it takes like 1 minute to fill out that form. It just connects your Twitch handle to your forum handle. So if you ever redeem the 10,000 Twitch points, which I saw JC redeem, you have million PBE bucks. So I would hate for you to go redeem that, and the mods don't know where to put it. So takes only a minute. If you have done it before, you don't got to worry about it. But go ahead, fill that out. But we'll give you all a couple minutes on that prediction. Also give me a little bit of a breather before we get on into it. Also, since I have to make the predictions, I can't predict in the predictions. So, unfortunately, we can't do the age-old Prospect League tradition of making me broke. So, don't have that quite today unless a mod sneaks in real quick. And then y'all can make me broke. Because I have about 6,000 Twitch points. Which, I'm surprised I had that many. I thought y'all made me broke last time we did Prospect League on stream, although, it's been a couple weeks. Shout out, I usually wait till the end, but I'm going to say it now just in case I forget for whatever odd reason. But shout out to Punk, who handles all the real-time sims that we've done the last couple weeks, does all the work on the backside to make me look like a smarty, to make me look good. But shout out to him. I could not be doing Prospect League without him. I would be, I'd be lost. But will the North move on? That is your prediction. That is your prediction. Give y'all another minute, and then we'll get right on into it. And then we'll have East and South after this one. I don't see any movement on that prediction, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close it, so we can just get right. Let's just roll on along. Alrighty, North and the West. I want to say this is one of the three Oakland parks. There is one team that I always forget is based in San Francisco. Clark Max leading off, fly ball to deep center field. I was about to lead off dinger. My goodness. He usually steals bases, but this time around he's going to steal them all. 440 to dead central in the North. And that was on the first pitch of the game. Welcome to the game. Already a 1-0 lead as Geisel hits that hard to first for out number 1. Next up will be Griffin. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Now Brandon Zahn pops that up in the infield. And that'll be caught for out number 3. But a thunderous start for the North. 1-0 on the home run. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. Sankara leading off. Ball 4. I forgot to mention for just housekeeping for those who are new or maybe haven't watched Prospect League in a while. The names with an asterisk. Oh my gosh, that's a bunt and then a double up. Heads up play by Barry Balls on the mound. as Pimling will ground out a very eventful first inning, 1-0 North. Names without the asterisks next to them are our prospects. Just to finish my thought, as Bleeker went around strike 3, 1 out. And now Smooth, ground ball to second, out number 2. Next up will be Vikova. Ball 4, so runner on, 2 outs for Patrick Lindsay. And a pickoff at first base. I mean, you know, if we're doing PBE bingo, I guess now all we need is a balk. Or a pickle. Or both. As Galtieri will swing and miss for out number 1. I felt like we've seen a whole stream's worth of activities in just the first inning and a half. As baseball player ground ball to second for out number 2. Next up is Jose. And it's a ground ball to short, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the West. North still up by a run. Still a lot of baseball to be played, though. Top third now. Lindsay draws ball 4. Leadoff runner is aboard. Now Zach Lay went around the check swing. 1 out. Go to the top of the order to Clark Max. Also went around the check swing. 2 down, runner first for Geisel. And that is deep to right center field and gone! Dinger time! Theodore Geisel. 2-run home run, and the North extend the lead. It is 3-0 here in this pivotal Game 4. Base is empty now for Griffin, who will strike out. So McDougal gives up a home run and a walk. Struck out the other 3. Go to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the order. That's a very clever name, Dyken Park. I will never forget, you know, that's a good reminder that that's what Houston's Park is named in real life now. They'll get a leadoff double. Runner at second, no outs. McDykel, fly ball to right field. That is called for out number 1. Runner will hold. Next up will be Max Smith. Popped up in the infield. And caught by the third baseman. 2 down, will go to the top of the order to Sankara. And that's going to be a base hit. Runner's going to try to score from second. Throw to the plate is not in time. West on the board. RBI single for Thomas Sankara. West trimmed the deficit down to 2. Runner still on. 2 outs for Sparky D, who will swing and miss for strike 3. Third of the way through, North up by a couple. Go to the 4th. Brennan's on. Grounder right at first base. Out number 1. Next up will be Bleeker. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Nobody on for Smooth. Grounder to short. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for the North. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. Pimling leading off for the West. 3-4-5 due up. Hit hard to left, but caught on the run. 1 down to lead off the inning. Galtieri now. Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 down now for baseball player. Fly ball to deep center, but that will be tracked in. 1-2-3 for both sides in the 4th. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Bottom of the North order due up as Vikova will pop that up on the second base side for, or first base side for out number 1. Next up, Lindsay. Shallow pop up in center. Shortstop will round make the catch for out number 2. Now Zach Lay. That's going to go to the gap. It's going to go off the wall. And Lay on with a 2-out double. Runner in scoring position. Go to the top of the order to Clark Max. Grounder to first. In time for out number 3. Halfway through Game 4 here in Round 1 North, looking to punch their ticket to the finals and end what is a quest for, I believe, a four-peat for the West as Jose grounds out to third for out number 1. Brings up Park. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Next up will be McDykel. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. So runner on 2 outs for Max Smith. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Runner will be left stranded at first base. Go on to the 6th, Geisel to lead it off. Popped up, foul ground, third base side, caught for out number 1. Next up will be Griffin. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. And now Brandon Zahn, who's hitting a very uncharacteristic 154, and it's going to go even lower. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Still slim lead for the North. 3-1, bottom 6, top of the order for the West. Sankara draws the leadoff walk. So runner first for Sparky D. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Next up will be Pimling. Grounder back to the pitcher. They'll go for second. And they got the double play at first base. 1-6-3 double play to get to the 7th. That was a journey. Swing and a miss by Bleeker to lead off the top of the 7th. You don't see a 1-6-3 double play very often, especially as close as that was. Smooth base hit up the middle. North with a runner on with 1 out. That'll bring up Vikova. Runner going, runner safe. First stolen base that we've seen today. Runner in scoring position takes away the double play, 1 out. Jose O'Reilly, new pitcher for the West. As Vikova with a base hit up the middle. Runner's going to try to score from second. Throw to the plate is not in time. RBI single for Vikova. 4-1 North with some insurance. Still a runner at first with 1 out. Lindsay. Ball 4, first and second now with 1 out. Lay, fly ball to deep left. Runners are going to go back. 2 outs. Top of the order now to Max. Ground ball, what a stop at shortstop, but it's bobbled at first base. Our first fumble bumble of the day, and now the bases are loaded. 2 outs for Geisel. And that's going to be down for a base hit, and that's going to actually score 2. Everybody was running since it was 2 outs. A 2 RBI single for Geisel, and it's now 6-1 in the top of the 7th. As Griffin, that's a ground ball for out number 3. At the stretch, the North have doubled their run total. The lead's up to 5. They're on their quest for a spot in the final. 6-1. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Galtieri, that's hit to deep right, but it's going to be playable and caught for the first out. Next up will be baseball player. Ground ball to second. Over to first in time. 2 outs for Jose. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1-2-3 inning. North 2 innings away from wrapping up this series. Brandon Zahn will lead off the top of the 8th. It's called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 1 out for Bleeker. That is deep. And that is not coming back. Dinger time, 3rd of the day for the North. This time off the bat of Bleeker. 7-1 in the top of the 8th. And now that'll bring up Smooth with nobody on and 1 out. Draws the walk, ball 4. Runner aboard, 1 out. Vikova. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Now Lindsay, fly ball to deep right field. That's going to stay in the park and be caught for out number 3. North do extend the lead. They do get a run on another home run. 7-1. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the order due up for the West. This Park will start off with a strikeout. 1 out for McDykel. Lined over the third baseman's head in the left field for a base hit. Runner is on for Max Smith. Ground ball, what a stop, but a bobble at second base. Everybody is safe. Both sides now with a fumble bumble. First and second, 1 out, top of the order to Sankara. Called, strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 outs, Sparky D, ground ball, and they will go to first with it, and they'll make the play. West leave 2 stranded. They got one last chance to pull off a miracle. Go to the top of the 9th. Lay leading off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Go to the top of the order on the north side. Clark Max. Chopper, first base side. Out number 2. And now Geisel. Ball 4 on the outside. So runner on for Robin Griffin. Called. Strike 3. Last chance for the West. Will their journey for a 4-peat end here? Or will they force a game 5? 6 to tie. 7 to win. It'll be Pimling leading off. Popped up behind home plate, and it is caught for out number 1. Galtieri will draw the walk. Runner aboard with 1 out. Brings up baseball player. New pitcher Kevin West. Fly ball to left field deep, but caught. Down to their final out. How apropos is this? It's Jose. Prospect League legend Jose. And that's going to be in center field and caught for out number 3. The North will be their first team to punch their ticket to the finals. 7-1 is your score. Barry Balls will take the win. Willie McDougall will take the loss. Theodore Geisel is your player of the game. Go ahead and save. And also, because I always forget, might as well go look right now. Theodore Geisel is also your series MVP, going 8 for 16, a home run, 7 RBIs in the series. And before I forget, let me go pay out that prediction. I think the yes has got that one. Good job, EV. Get your points back. You get your points back. And then let me go ahead and get the next. Actually, let's pull up the side by side on this one. Keith Hamilton pitching for the South. David Corrigan for the East. Can the East pull off an upset? They are the 4 seed in this tournament. The South are the 1 seed. Actually, also let me update the ticker before I forget. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why I call it a ticker. I feel like a ticker has to be moving, has to be in constant motion for it to technically be a ticker. But you all know what I mean. Well, let's change. I mean, it's gotta be the same thing, but we're gonna change up the wording. Because I'm very creative. Not really. So this time, instead of will XY team move on, it is will the South force a game 5? Will the South force a game 5? That is your prediction. And because I'm nosy and I can see KP, can I, you are the commissioner after all. I see your name on this list. Let's see if he's actually listening. And also gives me a chance to take a sip of my, see, I was smart this time. I actually, I was ready with a drink before I started the stream because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of talking. If I was really smart, it'd be water, but the main ingredient in Mountain Dew is water. So that's my excuse. I'm going to stick with it. As I see KP. KP is not listening. He's just lurking in the background. Call out the commish. Will the South force a game 5? We'll give you all a couple minutes to do your bidding, your gambling. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-HUMMUS. Need to have 3 M's or else the phone number isn't going to work. South looking to force a game 5. East looking to pull off the upset. Keith Hamilton pitching for the South. David Corrigan pitching for the East. As I will give myself a vocal break. Last chance. Last chance to predict, will the South force a game 5? Will the South force a game 5? Yes means they will. No means the East will move on to face the North in our best of 7 finals, which we will watch in its entirety. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the Oakland parks. I don't know if Punk's here, but if Punk could remind me which team is the one team that uses San Francisco as the park. For those who don't know, we do a charity, a real life charity auction once a calendar year, usually in conjunction with our fellow sim leagues. And one of the items up for bid, well, two of the items up for bid is each season the names of our prospect league teams, which I mean, just gonna throw it out there. Yours truly won the names for the teams, which is why one of the teams named the Eggnogs. Just saying. And then the other thing up for bid is what stadiums we use for Prospect League. That's the other part of the bid. And our good friend Potato got that bid, and he is from I believe he's from the Bay Area, and wanted all 4 to be Oakland. But I think he got kind of stopped, so he was like, I'll just pick San Francisco for the 4th one. Although, I mean, if you're gonna stick with the Cali theme, there's four stadiums in California. Could have went with that, but I digress. It is not my thing to pick. We'll let that prediction run out. Hingle McCringleberry will be leading off for the South as we head on in to Red Flash Park, which is the one San on cue. McCringleberry will ground out to 3rd for out number 1. So now I know. I mean, if the East win, then we'll at least, have both parks to look at as Sluggerton will strike out 2 down. Brings up McCanahan. Ground ball to 3rd, and the South will go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 1st. We'll go to the home half. Farnsworth leading off for the Elves. Ground ball to 1st, out number 1. Now Joe Getz will be the next up. And a base hit up the middle. So East with their first base runner of the game. And they'll bring up Sato, runner first, 1 out. Ground ball to short. They'll get 1 double play. 6-4-3, and that'll end the 1st. No score. We'll go to the 2nd, leading off for the South. Man Squatch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Next up will be Austin Sanders, popped up, shallow right field near the foul line, and that is caught for out number 2. And now Roy D. Rage. That's also popped up in the infield. And right in front of the second base bag for out number 3. Through 1.5, still no score. As it'll be Atlas Slugs leading off for the East. Fly ball down the left field line, caught for out number 1. Next up will be Teddy Narukami. And that's also down the left field line and caught for out number 2. Nobody on 2 outs for Ransom. Fly ball deep center, but that's going to stay in the park and be caught in front of the warning track. We've played 2, still no score. Bottom of the South order, due up will be Unmore. And that is going to be down for a base hit. South with their first base runner of the game. Leadoff runner is on for Tejada. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Next up will be Babineau. Ground ball, there's 1. Another double play. 4-6-3 twin killing. And we've already seen 2 double plays in the first 2.5 of this one. No score, bottom 3rd. Bottom of the order for the East. Skovgard with a base hit up the middle. Leadoff runner is on for the East. Next up will be Press Duckley. Ball 4, first and second with no outs for Yun Song. Ground ball, there's one. They're going to turn another double play. We are averaging one double play an inning, which you don't usually see in Prospect League. Still two. It does not end the inning, though. 2 outs. Runner at third, top of the order, Farnsworth. That's popped up in the infield. And that's going to be caught by the second baseman. And a runner will be left stranded at third base. 1/3 of the way through game 4. No score. Top of the order to the south. Swing and a miss by McCringleberry. 1 out for Sluggerton. That is deep, and it is not coming back. Gone. Opposite field home run for Slime Sluggerton. And the South will strike first. It is 1-0 in the top of the 4th. Still only 1 out in the inning for McCanahan. Grounder to the shortstop. 2 down. Next up will be Mansquatch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the top of the 4th, but that'll break the scoreless tie. Sluggerton with the dinger time puts the South up 1-0. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Joe Getz leading off. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. And now Renjiro Sato. Ground ball hit hard to the second base side. Ground out over at first base. 2 down. And now Atlas Slugs. I think it's appropriate. We have a Sluggerton and a Slugs in this series. As Slugs will hit that center field, caught for out number 3. Go to the top of the 5th. 5, 6, 7 due up for the South. Austin Sanders leading off. Grounder to first. Unassisted. 1 out. Now Roy D. Rage also grounded to first. Unassisted. 2 outs. Unmore. Ball 4. So runner on, 2 outs. Now Tejada. Ground ball. They will do the force at second base. Halfway through game 4, South hanging on to a 1-0 lead, trying to avoid an upset. Narukami leading off for the East. That's a grounder right at first base. I feel like that's the theme today. Unassisted at first base again. You 3 for your scorecards. As Ransom, that is down the line, a fair ball by the first baseman. That's going to be a double for Ransom. Runner in scoring position, 1 out for Skovgard. And that is hit hard to third, bobbled at third base. Everybody is safe. That's a fumble bumble. First and second, 1 out. It does open up the double play, which we've seen a good amount of, but it's going to be a walk to Duckley. That'll bring up Song with the bases loaded. 1 out. And that's a base hit to right. 1 run score. Second runner coming around. Throw to the plate is offline. East take the lead. Yun Song with an 2 RBI single. Go to the top of the order. First and second, 1 out. Farnsworth swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down in the inning for Joe Getz. Grounder to short. They'll do the force at second. East have taken the lead 2-1. Go to the top of the 6th. 9-1-2. Due up for the South. Babineau to lead off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out. Top of the order now to McCringleberry. Call. Strike 3. High and away on the corner. 2 outs. Sluggerton popped up in the infield and caught by the third baseman. 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the home half. 3-4-5. Due up for the East. It'll be Sato leading off. Grounder to first. In time. 1 out. Now Slugs. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 outs. Next up will be Narukami. And that is going to be in Triple's Alley. Off the wall in right center. But it's going to be only a double for Narukami. Runner at second. 2 outs for Ransom. Fly ball center field, and that is caught for out number 3 through 6. East up by a run. Still anybody's game, though. Here in game 4, we'll go to the top of the 7th. McCanahan. That is going to be a lazy fly ball to right field for out number 1. Now the cleanup hitter, Squatch. Back to the pitcher, and in time, 2 outs. Next up will be Sanders. Fly ball to deep center. Playable, though, and caught for out number 3 at the stretch. Here in game 4. East up by a run, trying to seal the deal and get the upset. As Skovgaard will lead off with a strikeout. 1 out for Duckley. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. And now Song, who had the 2 RBI single to give the East the lead, chopper to second in time for out number 3. Top of the 8th. It'll be Rage, Unmore, Tejada due up for the South. As that's a ground ball to the second base side. Out number 1 off the bat of Rage. Next up will be Unmore. Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 down for Tejada. Fly ball to deep right, but caught at the track in front of the wall. Allowed 3rd out. 1-2-3 inning for the Southeast. 3 outs away from moving on, looking for some insurance. Top of the order, Farnsworth. And that's going to be down for a base hit, leadoff single. Now bring up the 2-hitter, Joe Getz. And that's a base hit to left. First and second, no outs. Sato to the plate, slugs on deck. Colt Falcon is going to get the line out at shortstop. Gives up 2 hits, gets 1 out, strikes out slugs, has a chance to get out of the jam. Now Narukami. That is deep, and it's not coming back. Is that the dagger? 3-run home run, Teddy Narukami. 5-1 East in the bottom of the 8th. They were looking for some insurance, and they got it. As Ransom swing and a miss, strike 3. South with one last chance. Your number 1 seed heading into this tournament. They need 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead. As it'll be 9-1-2. Babineau leads off with a base hit to right field. So runner on, top of the order to McCringleberry. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Now Sluggerton, who had the home run, the only run of the game for the South, it'll be a ground out to first. It'll move the runner to second, but they're going to need hits. They're going to need it now. Down to their final out. It'll be McCanahan. Got him! Swing and a miss, strike 3 in the East. Will complete the upset. The 4 seed will win in 4 games. 5-1, your final in this one, and it'll be East and the North for our final. Corrigan will take the win. Hamilton the loss. Your player of the game, David Corrigan, which, I mean, I would have given it to Narukami. The booth gives player of the game to Narukami. Let's go ahead and save. Let's see who the series MVP is. Well, he didn't get player of the game, but he got series MVP. Teddy Narukami is your series MVP for the East and the South. And I'll actually go ahead and... Actually, before I forget, let me pay out that prediction. I wonder if Evie was the only one. I saw somebody predict at the very last moment. Well, Evie, the good news is you're 2 for 2. The bad news is nobody wants to wager with you. So you've gone 2 for 2 and you've got nothing to show for it, unfortunately. But GG's on that. Let's go ahead and advance the day. And gives me a chance to update the ticker. So we are watching every game the rest of the way, and it is a best of 7. You get to see me do this in real time. The magic of live TV. There we go. It'll be Xavier Zikafus facing Shohei Wantani as the North have home field advantage in the series, probably because they are the higher seed. You know what? I'm going to do it this way so we can just get right on into it. Over under half a run in the 8th. In other words, will any runs be scored in the 8th inning? I guess that's another way to put it. And we'll set that for 5 minutes. And actually, it's IVY, isn't it? I don't know why my brain wants to say Eevee, like the Pokemon. Because I feel like that's a play on words with Ivy. You know, IVY. Also, give me a chance to hydrate. So over under half a run in the 8th. Over means we'll have at least one run in the 8th. Under means nobody will score in the 8th inning. Xavier Zikafus pitching for the East. Shohei Wantani pitching for the North. No matter what happens, we're going to have a new Prospect League champion, and one of these two teams will still be around next time we do Prospect League, which is in about 6 weeks from now. 6 or 7 weeks, something along those lines. So we'll see what happens. Jose will not be around for this one, but Brandon Zahn is batting cleanup for the North. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to tell you the stories of Brandon Zahn and Jose. We'll just get right on into it. As we're heading to Oakland, where the wind's blowing in from center at 13. Game 1 of our finals. Moose Farnsworth will lead off for the East. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. As gets it through into center field. 1 out, runner aboard. As Narukami, runner is out by about 2 country miles. What a throw by Zach Lay. So nobody on with 2 outs. Chopper on the third base side, not in time, infield hit. So runner at first, 2 outs, slugs. Grounder to third. This one's a little bit harder hit. They'll go to second for the force. 2 hits for the East, nothing to show for. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Clark Max leading off. That is deep but not deep enough. Out number 1. And now Geisel. That is possibly an infield hit. Not quite. Not in time. Out number 2. Had that weird little carom as Griffin swinging a miss, strike 3. Scoreless through 1 in game 1. Go to the top of the second, Sato. And that is going to be a dribbler to short. Just in time, 1 out. Now Ransom. Grounder to first. In time, 2 down. Now Skovgaard. That is to deep left, but not deep enough. 1, 2, 3 inning. Go to the home half. 4, 5, 6 due up. Brandon Zahn leading off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out in the inning for Brian Bleeker. Fly ball to center field. Caught for out number 2. If you told me that Brandon Zahn was not the player to have 3 home runs and 6 RBIs in the postseason, probably would have thought you were a little crazy. I would definitely think you're crazy if you told me Brandon Zahn was hitting 125 in the postseason as Vikova on the first base side. Lots of foul ground here in Oakland. That's going to be caught for out number 3. Through 2. Still no score. 8-9-1 due up for the Elves. Duckley to lead off. Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 1 out for Song. Fly ball to right field. That is caught for out number 2. Top of the order now to Farnsworth. Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 3 strikeouts through 3 shutout innings for Tani. Go to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the order due up for the Eggnogs as Smooth will draw the leadoff walk. So runner on for Lindsay, who takes it in the back. Oh my God. He kind of squared up there. I thought we were going to see a fight there for a moment. I actually had him square up and look at the pitcher on that one as Lay will pop up in the infield. Infield fly rule in effect. 1 out, first and second. Top of the order to Clark Max. And that gets away. Runners will get a free bag. Second and third with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Now Geisel, who leads the team in RBIs this postseason with 7, he hits it hard to third, but they're going to make the play. So the North leave 2 stranded in scoring position. We'll go to the top of the 4th, scoreless through 3. As Getz pops that up in the infield, third base side, makes the catch, 1 out. And now Narukami. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Brings up the cleanup hitter in Atlas Slugs. And a good play. We're at second base, kind of covering near it. And that'll end the top of the 4th. A bit of a pitcher's duel early on. Go to the bottom of the inning. Griffin to lead off, and that's lined, but caught in the hot corner. 1 down for Zahn. Lined and also caught, this time on the first base side. Back-to-back lineouts. Now brings up Brian Bleeker, who takes that in the back. But this time he didn't square up to the pitcher. Runner first, 2 outs for Vikova. Draws the walk, first and second with 2 outs. Brings up Smooth, who will get that in for a base hit with 2 outs. Everybody was running, and the throw to the plate is not in time. RBI single for Smooth. North on the board first. 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Coincidentally, that was their first base hit of the game. And they're about to get their seconds. Lindsay up the middle. And that throw is offline. Throw to third is in time. Out at third. The run does score before the out. That'll end the bottom of the 4th. But the North extend the lead is 2-0 going to the top of the 5th. Very eventful bottom of the 4th there. As Sato will lead off. That is deep, but not quite deep enough. Caught for out number 1. Next up will be Ransom. And that's a base hit up the middle. East with a base runner on. 1 out. Skovgaard to the plate. Grounder to short. There's 1. Not going to turn 2. Fielder's choice. 2 outs, runner first. Duckley now to the plate. Ground ball to short. They will get the force at second base to end the top of the 5th. Halfway through game 1 of our championship North up by a couple. They'll send up 9-1-2 here in the home half. As Lay to deep center, that is over the center field. His head's got one bounce off the wall. As Lay on with a lead-off double. Order will reset to Clark Max. Ball 4. First and second, no outs for Theodore Geisel. And that's going to be down for a base hit. Runners did have to check up, so it'll be bases loaded, no outs. Griffin to the plate, Brandon Zahn on deck. And that is going to be down for a long base hit. It's going to be a double. 2 RBI double for Griffin. North doubles the lead. It's 4-0. Second and third, no outs. Zahn pops more of a ground ball, actually, to the pitcher. Nobody will move. 1 out in the inning. As Bleeker hits that to short. Runners hold again. 2 outs. New pitcher, Mikey Weiser. As Vikova will ground that out to the second baseman for out number 3, North, with 2 more. They now lead 4-0. Go to the top of the 6th, 9-1-2, do it for the East. Song. Line, but caught in the hot corner. Loud first out here in the top of the 6th. Top of the order now to Farnsworth. Hard hit to short, and what a play at short by Geisel. Laid out, made the throw, 2 outs. As Getz hits that to deep right, it's going to stay in the park and be caught in front of the warning track for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go down the East. Shohei Wantani, 4 strikeouts, 3 hits over 6 shutout. Go to the bottom of the 6th, bottom of the order, do up for the North. Is Smooth lines, and that's caught in the hot corner at first base. Seems to be the theme for game 1. Lots of lineouts in the corners. As Lindsay, fly ball, center field, playable. Caught for out number 2. Now the 9-hitter, Zach Lay, who had doubles last time up. Grounder to the shortstop, and in time, 1, 2, 3 inning through 6. North up by 4. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Narukami. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1 out for Atlas Slugs. Called, strike 3. 2 down in the 7th. Next up will be Sato. And that will be a little too far low. A little too low. Ball 4. Runner first, 2 outs. Ransom. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And at the stretch, still a 4-0 North lead. They'll have the top of the order due up here in the bottom of the inning. Clark Max. Grounder to first. In time for out number 1. And now Geisel. Outside ball 4. So runner at first, 1 out. Robin Griffin popped up sky high down the third base line. Catcher will make the grab. 2 outs for Brendan Zahn. Ground ball, and they'll touch second base for the force. Brandon Zahn, 2 for 19 in the postseason. Very un-Zahn-like. When will Brandon Zahn come out and show out? As Skovgaard leads off the top of the 8th with the ground out to second base for out number 1. For those who don't know, Brandon Zahn has the single-season Prospect League record for home runs. I don't believe he has the career record yet, as that's taken in the back by Duckley. So runner on with 1 out for Yun Song. Lined and caught at third base. So 2 outs. Top of the order to Farnsworth. That's hit to deep center, but not quite deep enough. Caught in front of the track for out number 3. North looking to add a little bit more insurance if they like. Go to the bottom of the 4th here in game, or bottom of the 8th in game 1. North up by 4. Bleeker, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. And now they'll bring up Vikova. Liner to center field. Sliding grab in center field by Duckley. 2 outs. Smooth. Went around, strike 3, 1, 2, 3 inning. 2, 3, 4 do up for the East. 4 to tie. 5. Take the lead is rally cap time. As Getz draws ball 4. Leadoff runner is on. Narukami. Ground ball. They'll get the out at second, but not the play over at first. Fielder's choice. Still leaves a double play on the table. And that is ball 4 to Slugs. First and second with 1 out. Now Sato. Ground ball. There's 1. Double play to end the game. 6-4-3 to complete the combined 3-hitter for the North. They take game 1. 4-0. And by the way, nobody scored in the 8th. So I don't even know if anybody predicted in that prediction, to be quite honest. Shohei Wantani goes 6 2/3, 6K the walk, will take the win. Also gets player of the game nod. Xavier Zikafos will take the loss. So the North strike first in the series. They win game 1. Go ahead and update that. And let me see, did anybody predict in the prediction? Oh, somebody did, and they're not going to get their points back. Unders will take it in that one. No one scored a run in the 8th. So, house wins, or in this case, KP's slush fund just grew 10 Twitch points. Let's go ahead and I don't remember if I saved, so I'm going to save like 3 times. Off to game 2, and it's going to be BB Kimura and Hugh Jazz. I got to really space out my pronunciation on that for obvious reasons. Let's see. You know what? We'll do that because it's one of my previous predictions, so it'll make my life easier. Which starting pitcher, gotta be specific because it only does it for starting pitcher. Which one will have the higher game score? North, East, or my personal favorite because it's possible, tied. North, East, or tied. I know it's blocked on the bottom. BB Kimura for the East, Jazz for the North. What's the word I'm looking for? OTP has it as a tie. Both pitchers with an 80 overall. So, could really be either. It could be tied. It could. Who knows what we will see? Especially considering North game 1, East really need to win this one to keep it competitive because you definitely don't want to be down 2-0 before we head to San Francisco. Wind blowing left to right at 11. And I'm going to give myself a vocal break. So I'll be back in like 60 seconds. All right, last chance on the prediction. Last chance on the prediction. Which starting pitcher will have a higher game score? Will it be BB Kimura of the East or Jazz of the North? Or, because it's technically possible, will it be a tie? So, North, East, or tied? North up 1-0 in our best of 7. But we'll give y'all one last chance. Also gives me a chance to stay hydrated-ish. Keyword is ish. I see no movement, so I'm going to go ahead and close it. All right, game 2. It'll be Farnsworth again leading off. And strike 3 called at the knees. 1 out brings up Joe Getz. Outside ball 4. Runner on with 1 out. Now the 3-hitter Sato. Ground ball. There's 1. Double play. 6-4-3 to end the inning. Home half of the first. It'll be Clark Max leading off. Called. Strike 3 on the inside corner. And now Geisel. Base hit up the middle. So runner at first with 1 out. Now Griffin. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Next up will be Brandon Zahn. Hard hit to first. They'll take it unassisted to end the inning. Zahn is now hitting 100 in the postseason. That is very unusual for him. We'll go to the top of the second. Slugs. Base hit center field. Leadoff runner is on for the Elves. Now bring up the series MVP of the last series, Narukami. Popped up, jammed him really. Third base side caught, out number 1. Now Ransom. Fly ball left field, that is caught for out number 2. Skovgard next up. Runner going, runner is safe. Second stolen base for Slugs in the postseason. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And there's a balk. Bingo! Swing and a miss by Skovgard, though, will end the inning and leave the runner stranded at third. Even though we don't really have PBE bingo, I'm just going to yell it anyway. Bingo! Go to the bottom of the second. Bleeker leads off with a base hit up the middle. Now we just need a pickle. That's about the only... That or a Little League home run is smooth. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Next up will be Vikova. Ball 4. First and second. North looking to threaten. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Patrick Lindsay. Fly ball center field. That is caught for out number 2. Runners hold. Now Zach Lay. Fly ball deep down the left field line, but it's going to stay in the park and be caught for out number 3. Scoreless through 2 in game 2. Go to the top of the third. Duckley leading off. Fly ball to right field. That is caught for out number 1. Next up will be Song, the second baseman. Grounder to short. In time. 2 down in the inning. We'll go to the top of the order to Farnsworth. Grounder to third, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for the East. Bottom of the inning, top of the order for the North. As Clark Max, that is going to be smothered. That's going to be an infield hit. He used all that illegal TPE. If you know, you know. There he goes. Stolen base. Only his second of the postseason, which he's below the quota. Runner in scoring position, though, with no outs, and Geisel at the plate. Popped up. Third base side, caught for out number 1. As Griffin Chopper moves the runner to third, but now there's 2 outs in the inning for Brandon Zahn. Hit hard, but right at the shortstop, and that'll be out number 3. North with 3 hits, nothing to show for it so far. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Joe Getz leading off for the East. Hard grounder as well to the shortstop, out number 1. Next up will be Sato. Also a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop's been a very popular position so far early on as slugs. Over the shift, but caught in center field. 1-2-3 inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. 5-6-7 due up for the North. Bleeker leading off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 out. Next up will be Smooth. Draws the walk. Runner at first. 1 out for Vikova. Shallow fly ball. More of a pop-up right behind second base. Out number 2. Now Lindsay. That's to center field. It's over to the center fielder's head. It's going to roll through the wall. Magic. Lindsay with an RBI double in the North, strike first. Here in the bottom of the 4th, it is 1-0. And that gets away. Runner at third with 2 outs. Ball 4 to lay. Top of the order to Max. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Chopper to third, and they'll go to first in time for out number 3. However, the North are on the board first. 1-0 on the RBI double. Top of the 5th now for Narukami. And that is deep, and it is not coming back, and it's gone, and we are tied. Solo dinger time for Teddy Narukami. And we are knotted up at 1. Next up will be Ransom. Chopper to third base. Gets there in time. 1 out. Skovgard. Chopper to second. 2 outs. Now the center fielder Press Duckley. Fly ball to deep center, and it's a leaping grab in center field by Max. Halfway through game 2, East have tied it up on the solo home run. Geisel leading off, grounder to third. In time for out number 1. Next up will be Griffin. And that is going to be in foul ground and caught for out number 2. That'll bring up Brandon Zahn. Chopper, first base side, and it's a fumble bumble. Zahn's going to get to second on the error. Still doesn't count as a base hit. Runner in scoring position as Bleeker with a base hit in center field. Zahn's rounding third. Throw to the plate is not in time. The error proves to be costly. Bleeker with an RBI single. North retake the lead 2-1. Aiden Wyatt now the new pitcher. Smooth will ground that out to second to end the bottom of the 5th. North retake the lead. I'll be on an unearned run. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Song to lead off for the Elves. Ball 4 inside. Leadoff runners on top of the order. Farnsworth, fly ball to center field. Caught for out number 1. Now Getz, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Sato, Lay keeps it in front of him. Runner goes back. 1-2 to Sato, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Runner's going to go to third. Throw to third, not in time. Runner's in the corners. 2 outs. Atlas slugs. And lined and caught at first base. East will leave the runner stranded in the corners. We'll go to the home half. 7-8-9 due up for the North. Vikova takes that in the back. So leadoff runner on by the hit by pitch. Lindsay, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Lay called, strike 3 at the knees. 2 outs, top of the order to Max. Called, strike 3. So after the hit by pitch, Wyatt strikes out the next 3. Still 2-1 North lead here in game 2. Go to the top of the 7th. Narukami went around, strike 3. So 1 out here in the 7th. That's it for Jazz. Al Duggar, new pitcher. Ransom pops that up in the infield, caught by the shortstop. 2 outs. Next up will be Skovgard. Back to the pitcher. Oh, it's bobbled on the throw. So runner on via the error inning continues. Duckley pops that up in the infield. And the shortstop make the catch to end the top of the 7th. At the stretch. Still anybody's game. North only up by a run. Here in game 2, looking to go up 2-0 in the series. Geisel to lead off. Fly ball right, out number 1. Now Griffin, also to right field. That's caught for out number 2. Brennan Zahn, swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1-2-3 inning for the North. Top of the 8th, 9-1-2 for the East. Song, grounder to the second, out number 1. Order will reset to Farnsworth. And that's going to be down for a base hit. Tying run is aboard with 1 out. Next up will be Getz. And that's a base hit to left. Tying run in scoring position. The leading run is on base with 1 out. As Sato, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. North have a chance to get out of it. Slugs. That's a fly ball to right field, and it is caught for out number 3. They get out of the jam, and they are still up by a run. They'll be looking for some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th. Bleeker to lead off. And that's going to be in the gap. A lead-off double for Brian Bleeker. Now Smooth. That's going to be over the shortstop's head in the center field. Bleeker had to hold up, though. Runners in the corners. No outs for Vikova. Reggie Garland, the new pitcher, or Reggie Garfield, I should say, the new pitcher, strikes out Vikova. 1 out, Lindsay. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Lay takes the walk. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Play at every plate for Clark Max. Ball 4, he walked in a run. As a Phillies fan, I should know about walking in a run in the postseason. But it's not about me. Geisel now to the plate with 2 outs, and that's a ground ball to first, and they will make the play at first for the out. North get an insurance run via the walk. 3-1. Go to the top of the 9th. Narukami. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. As Porygon 2 is the pitcher looking for the save, strikes out Ransom. 2 outs for Skovgard. Line, but caught in the hot corner. North will take game 2. They win 3-1. As we've had some pitchers duels here to start out the championship. Jazz will take the win. Kimura the loss. Porygon 2 with their 3rd save of the postseason. Jazz is your player of the game. Oh, I should probably go back and see which starting pitcher had the higher game score. That'd be Jazz with 65, so North. I believe somebody put points on the North. Whoever put points on the North, congratulations. You get your points back. Also update our ticker. I want to say something, but I also don't want to do the good old streamer jinx. So I'm just going to keep it to myself. Do you have a travel day as the series will head um kind of east? San Francisco is technically east, or well, no, is it? I'm not good. I'm not good at geography. We're heading to San Francisco, which may or may not be east of Oakland. I don't know actually. Somebody in chat will tell me. It'll be Jorbel Boykins pitching for the North. Colton Klein pitching for the East, and you know what? We're gonna keep this simple. We just gonna keep this very very simple. Who wins? Who wins? Will it be the North or the East? We'll set that to like 5 minutes. Give myself a vocal break here for a moment. So who wins? North or East? Will the North go up 3-0 in the series, or will the East get their first win of this championship best of 7? Give y'all one last chance on that prediction. Who wins? We'll keep it very simple. No play on words this time. Who wins? North or the East? Will the North go up 3-0, or will the East make it a 2-1? Get their first win of the series at home, where there's apparently a mysterious roof over, was it now Oracle Park? I'm old school. I still call it AT&T Park, even though it's not AT&T Park anymore. But no win to speak of, and apparently it could fit 108,000 people, which I'm pretty sure the capacity is lower than that. Jorbel Boykins pitching for the North. Colton Klein pitching for the East. Straight up tie, according to OTP, which I know is blocked on the bottom. Oh, somebody. Sometimes you just gotta wait. Sometimes you just gotta wait for somebody to just come in and all of a sudden put down some big points. I'm not gonna name names. Not gonna. You know what? It's still going. You know what? I'm gonna take this chance to sip on my Mountain Dew. Also worth noting. You know what? Let me, because I haven't seen it pop up in a hot minute. Even though this is the rookie showcase, you still have time to create a player and make it onto a team before, even before spring training starts. Spring training will be starting on Thursday. So even if you create now, I mean, still a good time to do it. We have a brand new portal, which I'm gonna be straight up. It makes updating your players super easy. Like, you can update your player in like 5 minutes, if that. And then we also have rookie tasks as well that you can do. Just think of it as like tutorial for our league. Um, and then we have weekly tasks for everybody to do. Probably takes 15, 20 minutes of your time to do that each week. Also, don't forget we got awards tomorrow. Got some hardware being handed out to people. I mean, virtual hardware. I wish we had real life hardware awards. I'm sure KP can afford it from his slush fund. Just kidding. For legal reasons, I'm just kidding. But actually, you know what? I got a moment. I have Discord on my phone here. I don't remember what time. Night stream for the awards. Usually awards on afternoon time on a Sunday, but it'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern with Tim Valor. They'll be your MCs for the PBE awards. I'm not sure who's doing spring training. When we get to the end of the stream, I'll go ahead and look. Prediction is done, so let's go ahead get into game 3. Will the North put the East backs against the wall? Will the East get on the board? It'll be Clark Max leading off, draws the walk. Leadoff runner is on. Geisel, runner going. And another stolen base for Max. Second of the series. Runner in scoring position now. Geisel will strike out looking. So 1 out for Griffin. Fly ball left field. That is caught for out number 2. 2 outs for Brandon Zahn. And Zahn finally gets a hit in this series. It's going to one bounce off the wall and score in Max. RBI double for Brandon Zahn. North on the board first, 1-0. As Bleeker, that's a base hit. Zahn was running on 2 outs, so Zahn is going to score. RBI single for Bleeker gives him the team lead for RBIs this postseason again with 8. 2-0 North. Fly ball to left field, that is caught. Off the bat is Smooth. We'll go to the bottom of the first. North up by a couple. Go to the bottom of the inning. Farnsworth to lead off. That's popped up on the third base side. Caught by Lay. 1 out. As Getz, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs, nobody on. Sato. And that is going to be off the bottom of the wall in right field. A 2-out double for Sato. That'll allow Slugs to the plate. That is deep and it's not coming back. This game is tied. Atlas Slugs with a 2-run home run. 2-all in the bottom of the first. Essentially a brand new ball game, even though we just started. Narukami pops that up in the infield right by the second base bag. Who's going to get it? It'll be the shortstop for out number 3. An eventful first inning. 2-all. Go to the top of the second. Vikova to lead off. Chopper to the shortstop. 1 out. Next up will be Lindsay. And that's going to be down for a base hit. Lindsay thought about going for second. 1 out, runner at first. Zach Lay, the catcher. That is deep down the right field line and splash! Into McCovey Cove. Zach Lay with a 2-run home run. North retake the lead 4-2. At least I'm going to assume that landed in McCovey Cove. I know there's a walkway behind those stands, but it didn't land in the stands. So we'll just assume. As Max will strike out, top of the second, 2 outs. Geisel. Swinging bunt and out at first base. North respond back with 2 of their own. We've had the first 2 games be low scoring. We're already at 4-2 going to the bottom of the second. Ransom leading off. That's a fly ball to center field. Playable and caught for out number 1. Now Skovgard Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Duckley, chopper to the second baseman, and that'll be in time for out number 3. First goose egg to go on the board in this game so far. We'll go to the top of the third. It'll be Griffin to lead off for the North. Fly ball left field and caught for out number 1. Next up will be Brandon Zahn, who finally got off the schneid. And he might get off of it again. That is gone! Dinger time! Brandon Zahn. 5-2. He is halfway to a cycle. Which we have never had, just to throw it out there, we've never had a cycle in the postseason. We have had, I believe, 2 cycles in Prospect League altogether. As Bleeker will ground out to the shortstop for out number 2. Next up will be Smooth. Chopper to the shortstop and in time over at first for out number 3. I thought that was really weird. Bleeker grounded out, but the game decided to put up the flame right after a ground out. I don't know if I've ever seen that before in OTP. We'll go to the bottom of the third, bottom of the order, do it for the East. Song, grounder to third. A great play by Bleeker. 1 out. Top of the order, Farnsworth. Chopper to the shortstop. In time, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss by Getz will end the bottom of the third. North still up by 3. Go to the top of the fourth. Bottom of the order, Vikova. Grounder to the shortstop. In time, 1 out. Next up will be the DH, Lindsay. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. And now Zach Lay. Ground ball covered by the shortstop, though, in time. 1, 2, 3 inning. Finally, the North do not score any runs in an inning. We'll go to the home half. 3, 4, 5 due up for the East. Sato leading off. And over the shortstop's head into center field for a leadoff single. So runner at first for Atlas Slug. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 out. Now the DH, Narukami. Ground ball. There's one. Double play. 4-6-3 to end the 4th inning. North still up by 3 through 4. They'll send the top of the order here in the top of the 5th. Clark Max leading off. Popped up third base side. That is caught for out number 1. Next up will be Theodore Geisel. That's also popped up, this time on the first base side. Out number 2. Now Griffin. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to retire the side. Halfway through game 3. North up by 3. As Ransom will lead off with a base hit up the middle. So leadoff runners on for the Elves. Now the shortstop, Skovgard, ground ball. There's one. They're going to turn another double play. 4-6-3 again. 2 outs. Duckley, grounder to the shortstop, and that'll end the 5th. Opportune defense for the North so far. Go to the top of the 6th. Middle of the order, Brandon Zahn. Hard hit, but right at first base for out number 1. Now Bleeker. That is deep. And that's also not coming back. Dinger time for Brian Bleeker. His 4th of the postseason, leads everyone in the for this postseason. Makes it 6-2 in the top of the 6th. Now that'll bring up Smooth, who will strike out for the 2nd out. Next up will be Vikova. And that is going to be extra bases. It's going to go off the top of the wall in center. A 2-out double for Vikova. And now Lindsay. Ball 4 outside. So first and second 2 outs for the catcher, Zach Lay. That is deep, and that is gone! 3-run dinger time, Zach Lay. And that blows it wide open, 9-2 in the top of the sixth. 4 runs in this inning, top of the order. That is it for Del Toro. Kinsella will pitch to Max, who will ground out to first to end the inning. But the North, up by, shall I say, a touchdown, going to the bottom of the sixth. As Song hits that deep to right, and that is gone to lead off the bottom of the inning. Yun Song with a solo dinger time. It trims the deficit down to 6. The ball do be flying here in San Francisco tonight. Top of the order to Farnsworth, who draws the leadoff walk. East looking for a response, as Getz will fly that out to left for out number 1. Sato, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs now for Slugs, who will fly that to deep right, but not deep enough. East do get a run back with the solo home run by Yun Song. 9-3 North will go to the top of the 7th. 2-3-4 due up, as Geisel will draw the leadoff walk. So runner aboard for Griffin. Ground ball, there's one, double play. 4-6-3 again. Nobody on, 2 outs, Brennan's on. Chopper to the first base side, and that'll end the top of the 7th at the stretch here in Game 3. North with a, albeit commanding, 9-3 lead here in Game 3. Looking to put the East backs against the wall as Narukami leads off with a ground ball to the shortstop, out number 1. Ransom. Fly ball center field, that is caught for out number 2. Now bring up Skovgard. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1-2-3 inning. 5-6-7 due up here in the top of the 8th. Bleeker, fly ball to right field. That's actually going to be down for a base hit. Leadoff single for Bleeker, who I believe is now halfway to the cycle. I don't recall if they've had a double or a triple in this game. Is smooth. There's one, another double play. 4-6-3 again. Now Vikova with the base empty. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 8-9-1 due up for the East. They are down by 6 with 6 outs left in this game. And Duckley struck out looking for the first out. Porygon 2 is the new pitcher for the North, as Song grounded to the shortstop in time, 2 outs. Go to the top of the order to Farnsworth. Swing and a miss, strike 3, a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 9th now, 8-9-1 due up for the Eggnogs, as Lindsay draws ball 4. Leadoff runner is on. New pitcher, by the way, Matthew Murdoch for the Elves. And that is strike 3 looking to lay 1 out. Top of the order to Max. Strike 3 looking. 2 outs for Geisel. Back to the pitcher, and they'll make the play over to first to end the top of the 9th. Last chance for the East. 6 to tie, 7 to walk it off, as Getz is going to lead off with a base hit to left. So runner aboard for Sato, who takes that in the back. First and second, no outs. Slugs, grounded to first. There's one, double play. 3-6-3 this time. Runner at third, down to their final out. Narukami grounded to third, and they will get it there in time for out number 3, and the North, with 9 runs of offense, most of those coming off of the long ball, they're 1 win away from being your Prospect League champions. And just because I'm curious, okay, I was 2 singles and a home run for Bleeker. So both Bleeker and Zahn were halfway to a cycle. And I forgot to mention, Lay actually had 2 home runs in this game. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. And he definitely deserves player of the game, and he does. Boykins with the win, Klein the loss. And I believe that was Mr. E going full on for the North. You bet big, you got it. Also, update our ticker real quick. And let's go ahead and save an incessant amount of times. Because, this is playoffs. Barry Balls pitching for the North. David Corgan will be pitching for the East. East needs to win out. Very simple. East needs to win out. North looking for a sweep. And we're going to change up the wording this time around. We'll set for 5 minutes. Very simple. Will the North sweep? Will the North sweep? That is your prediction. Yes or no, while I step back for like a minute, give my voice a little bit of a breather. I mean, if there's a time to do it, that would be now, because this could very well be our last prediction of the stream, depending on how this game goes. Will the North sweep? Yes or no? Will the North sweep? Oh, did you bet on yes? I just assumed Mr. E bet on yes because I did see somebody put 7,400. So you're saying that so you could win the I see what you did there. See, I honestly thought you're trying to get people to bet on no, or you're going to bet on no so the stream can keep going so I don't have to watch the Buccaneers game, which I did take a peek. I took a peek real quick to see how that game's going. They're up by they scored first. I don't sound too jazzed about it, no pun intended, because you know even if they win, they still need the Falcons to lose. So, yeah, I mean, as long as the stream doesn't continue on for like 3 hours, because, I got a basketball game to watch tonight that will definitely be more exciting than the football game. So, I'm selfish like that, especially watching a basketball game between two teams that did not get a pro to join their college basketball team, which would be a rant for another day on my own channel. I'm just say y'all should watch John Calipari and his like 7-minute rant because he's not wrong. Legitimate suggestions. But yeah. You guys got like 30 seconds or so on that prediction. I'm gonna let the time run out on it. I mean, if it's no, whoever bet on no, you might have a chance to get some free PBE money because it's 10,000 Twitch points to get 1,000,000 PBE bucks, which if you're a rookie, that's 2 weeks of training already taken care of for you. Which, by the way, if you do have a player in PB, don't forget to put in your updates. Spring training next week. You have till tomorrow at like, oh gosh, I believe it's 3 Pacific, 3 p.m. Pacific. Which why the heck did we pick Pacific? Everything else in PBE land is off of Eastern time. Why are we picking Pacific? If we pick a different time zone than Eastern time, my vote is for Hawaiian Standard Time, where it is about to be noon in Hawaii. But I'm a homer. I digress. All right, predictions done. Clark Max will lead off. David Corrigan on the mound for the East. And it's going to be off the wall in Triples Alley. Leadoff double for Clark Max. Runner in scoring position already. Geisel, base hit up the middle. Max is a fast runner. He's going around third. Throw to the plate is cut off. North on the board first. Again, 1-0. RBI single for Geisel, who gets to second on the throw home. Swing and a miss by Griffin, 1 out. And strike 3 looking to Zahn. Another balk. Double bingo. Bingo. Bleeker to deep center, but not deep enough. Caught in front of the track will leave the runner stranded at third base. However, the North on the board first. Off of that RBI single. 1-0. Go to the bottom of the first. Farnsworth leading off. And that's to straightaway center. Caught for out number 1. Next up will be Getz. Ground ball smothered by the shortstop. A great play over at shortstop by Geisel. 2 outs. Narukami, that's also covered beautifully at third base, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. North showing some great infield defense. Go to the top of the second, Vikova leading off. Grounder to third. In time over a first, 1 out. Now Smooth. Outside ball 4. Runner first, 1 out. Runner going. Runner is safe. Second stolen base of the postseason for Smooth. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. Swing and a miss by Lindsay. 2 outs. Now Lay, that's to deep left, and it's going to bounce off the track, and that's going to score another run. Zach Lay with a double. 2-0 North. Here in the top of the second, 2 outs, Max top of the order. That's a base hit. Lay's going to round third. Throw to the plate is not in time. RBI single for Max. 3-0 in the top of the second. Still 2 outs in the inning. Runner going. Safe. 4th stolen base for Clark Max. Swing and a miss by Geisel will end the inning. North, though, tack on 2 more. They're up by, I'm going to say it, they're up by a field goal. Go to the bottom of the second. Slugs, base hit to left. Leadoff runner is on for the Elves. Now Sato, grounder to third. There's one. Not going to turn the double play. That'll be a fielder's choice. So runner first, 1 out still for Ransom. That is deep down the line, but it's going to go foul. I love how OTP includes those animations now and again. As that's a base hit for Ransom after all. Runners in the corners, 1 out for Skovgard. Ground ball. There's one. Double play to get out of the jam. 6-4-3 twin killing leaves them stranded. And it's still 3-0 going to the third as Griffin leads off with a fly ball to left field for out number 1. Now Zahn, base hit up the middle. 1 out, base runner for Brian Bleeker. Runner going. Zahn does not usually steal very often. He's going to get the stolen base. Runner at second, 1 out. Swing and a miss by Bleeker, 2 outs. I don't know if Punk's here, but what has gotten into Brandon Zahn? We usually do not see him steal a base. He is not known for that. Vikova down the line. That's going to be held on to. Infield hit. Runners in the corners for the North with 2 outs and Smooth to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 will end the inning. Still 3-0 ball game. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 8-9-1 do it for the East. Duckley, swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 out. Next up will be Song. Called. Strike 3 on the inside corner. 2 outs, top of the order, Farnsworth. Fly ball to center field, and that is caught for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for the East. We'll go to the top of the fourth. 8-9-1 do it for the North. Lindsay. That is deep, and it's not coming back. What a long home run for Lindsay. Dinger time extends the lead 4-0. First home run of the postseason for Patrick Lindsay, the DH. As OPS can change from 666. Lay now with nobody on with no outs. He'll be the first out. Top of the fourth. Top of the order. Max, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. And now Geisel, grounder to the shortstop. They give up the home run, they get the next 3 outs. North extend their lead is now 4. Let's go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-3-4 do up, gets. Grounder, and what a play over at short by Geisel. 1 out. Narukami now. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. Runner aboard, 1 out for Atlas Slugs. Grounder to third. There's one. They're going to go around the horn for a double play. 5-4-3. And that'll end the 4th inning. 4-0 going to the 5th. As Griffin leads off with a base hit. Runner aboard for Brandon Zahn. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Next up will be Bleeker. Runner going. Another stolen base, this time by Griffin. I believe that is 3 stolen bases for the North in this game so far. As Bleeker flies that to left, caught for out number 2. Vikova. That is deep, and that one's not coming back either. North laying it on. 2-run home run, Kavita Vikova. 6-0 in the top of the 5th. First home run of the postseason for Vikova. As Smooth strikes out to end the top of the 5th, we're halfway through game 4. Will the North be busting open the broom closet? Still have half a game to go. As Sato will lead off ground out at the second, 1 out. Ransom, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Now Skovgard, line but caught at first base, a 1-2-3 inning. Through 5, North up by 6, 8-9-1 due up for the Eggnogs. Lindsay, grounder to short. In time, 1 out. Zach Lay popped up third base side, caught by the bag in foul ground, 2 outs. Top of the order now, Clark Max. Fly ball deep center, but not deep enough. That'll be caught for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning. I believe it's the first 1-2-3 inning for the North, actually, in this whole game. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 8-9-1 due up for the Elves. Duckley, grounder to third. In time, 1 out. And now Song popped up. Wow, they're going to make third baseman run. Oh my gosh. Catcher almost ran into the third baseman. Made the third baseman run all the way down the line there to make the catch. 2 outs, top of the order. Farnsworth draws the walk. Runner first forgets. Runner going. Runner is safe. Run it like you stole it. Swing and a miss by Getzo will end the 6th inning. North, 9 more outs. East running out of time. Geisel leading off. Went around, strike 3, 1 out. Next up, Griffin. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Brandon Zahn did not go around, ball 4. Inning will continue. As Bleeker will strike out and take us to the stretch. North up by 6 here in game 4. 3-4-5 due up for the East. Narukami, grounder to the first base side, but that's going to be an infield hit. And that's going to be a walk to Slugs. First 2 runners are on for the East with no outs. Sato, that's it for Barry Ball's. Fezzik Rusimov, the new pitcher, strikes out Sato. 1 out for Ransom. Fly ball down left field line, but that'll be caught. 2 outs. Skovgard, that's going to be a fly ball down the right field line in foul ground. Caught for out number 3. And they'll get out of it. 6-0 North. Going to the 8th. Vikova leading off. And that's going to be down for a base hit. 10th hit of the game for the Eggnogs. Runner at first with no outs. Smooth. Fly ball to center field. That is caught. 1 out. Lindsay. A little shallow pop-up. That's caught for out number 2. And now Lay, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll end the top of the 8th. 8-9-1 due up for the East. It'll be Duckley to lead off. And that's going to be down for a leadoff single. Runner on for Song. And that's popped up sky high in the infield. Caught over at third base. 1 out. Farnsworth, that's also sky high, shallow left. Caught behind the third base bag for 2 outs. As Getz, grounder to the shortstop, they'll get the force at second base, and the East are down to their final 3 outs in this series. 6-0, we go to the top of the 9th, top of the North order. As Max, fly ball to center field, that is caught for out number 1. Geisel, called, strike 3, 2 outs. Griffin, called, strike 3. 1-2-3 inning, and it all comes down to this. 6 runs to stay alive, 7 to win the game. As Narukami to deep left, but that's going to be caught at the track for the first out. Slugs, the DH, back to the pitcher. In time, down to their final out. Sato. Ground ball in time. North busts out the broom closet. It is a sweep. And they will win 6-0. And this long time, I mean, I've been doing Prospect League streams mostly by myself for the last 2 calendar years. I think this might be the first time, or maybe only the second time, we actually had the minimum amount of games today. I didn't want to jinx it. Maybe it's that eggnog magic, because if you know me very well, I finally remembered to name a team the Eggnogs. And I'll get to say Eggnogs again next Prospect League season because they're sticking around. Barry Balls with the win, Corrigan the loss. Barry Balls is your player of the game. Rusimov with the save. Let's go ahead. Speaking of saves, let's go ahead and save, and let me go pay out that prediction. North do sweep, so the answer is yes. Yes, win the prediction. We are not quite, actually, since that finished so dang early, now I'm very curious. Actually, not that history, other history. I honestly do not remember when the last sweep we've ever had was. And actually, you know what? I'm going in all the wrong places. Don't mind me. That's where I meant to go. Because, yeah, last year's Prospect League finished pretty quickly. We were too shy of the minimum last year. But since then, yeah, that one went, well, that was the one that I was on the IL for that season. But it's been a hot, we had like 3 seasons in a row that went 4-3, and we haven't had 4-3 in a minute. And I always keep, was it that one? Yeah, that was 4. Unless it happened before. That might be our first sweep ever, actually. 4-2, 4-3. This is where I wish Punk was here. Punk's usually the historian. He knows it better than I do. As when I do it this way, I'm very prone to clicking the same thing like 3 times because I lose track. Nope. There was a sweep. Oh. I'm laughing because this is the first year I actually won the auction. I chose the names. Fun fact: the names I chose, which was Cane Fires, Sharks, and Beach Boys. That was an homage to Hawaii Winter Baseball that used to be a thing. Uh, so it's kind of funny. I think this is like the third time I've ever got to pick names, and 2 of those 3 times might have been a sweep. Because I think that this is only the second sweep we've ever had. Because I know I looked at these all on the bottom. Second time ever it was a sweep. And what team was it that swept? I think it was the North. So the North have swept both times. They have swept both times. We're not quite done yet, though. We do have one other piece of business to take care of, and that is our version of the awards. I was gonna say something, but I'm not. I'm like the makeshift. I'm like the owner, quote unquote, of the North, which is why I chose eggnogs for the North, because obvious reasons. Um, awards. Oh wait, no, I know why. No, wait, no, that. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go to the I keep forgetting. I go this way. There we go. Ryan McAnahan, MVP of Prospect League. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh crap! Can I actually? Oh dang it! I forgot to see who the it should say it on here. I'm gonna go look for it before I forget. Oh, don't tell me it's the one time where it's not gonna say it. I forgot to see who the series MVP was. Oh darn! Usually it says it in the news nugget, but this, of course, the one time it doesn't actually say it. Well, dang. Hang on. I think there's a way for me to see it. If I go to here and here. Oh, does it really not say? Darn. Darn, darn, darn. Well, that's a shame. I apologize. Unless there's another way for me to find it, I'll have to ask around. Totally forgot to see who the series MVP was in that championship. I knew I was going to forget at least one of them. I didn't think it'd be the most important one. David Corrigan gets the pitcher of the year. Porygon 2 was apparently the only rookie. We're gonna have to check on that. Literally the only rookie. They got all the votes. Platinum Stick, Man Squatch at first base, Scovguard at shortstop, and this was reliever of the year, which went to Colt Falcon, and then Great Glove, Gold Glove. Sluggerton at shortstop and Babineau at center field. Now, for full disclosure, Prospect League Awards the only one that we actually do it based off of OTP. For our actual PBE awards, which is tomorrow, by the way, 7 p.m. Eastern, we do it manually ourselves. Like we vote. So minor league GMs have their own separate ballot for the minor league side of the awards. Major league GMs like myself, we have our own ballot for major league awards. Minor league awards, all of the GMs vote. So all the GMs, all the minor league GMs get a ballot. So theoretically, you should have at least 18. I don't. Do we have anybody in minor league HO that's hanging around in chat? I want to say minor league HO also get a ballot for the minor league awards, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Now, for the major league awards, only one GM for each team gets a ballot. However, all the streamers, all of our streamer hosts, including myself, although for full disclosure, I vote under the GM banner. I feel weird. I've never voted under the streamer banner and let my co-GM vote under the GM banner. I don't know. It just feels very icky. So, but all of the other streamers, they have the opportunity to do a ballot. And I believe Major League HO also gets to do a ballot as well. But we do it all manually for those awards. Prospect League, since obviously we don't have time to actually go through and do a process like that, we just let OTP do its thing on that. Speaking of, let me pull up the sheet so I can tell you what the schedule is like before we head on out. As I see, since I had it already pulled up on my phone for something else, see the Bucks are up by a field goal. Streamer schedule. Oh, okay. I have to go the long way. One moment. Tomorrow's award, 7 p.m. Eastern with Tim and Valor. Minor League Draft is the one that I forgot to mention, which is also why I'm pulling up the schedule, because I honestly don't remember. I know it's on Tuesday, which is supposed to be, I believe, part of a double header on Tuesday. As I try to find it, was pinned. There it is. Minor league draft is going to be the first part of the doubleheader, and that's with Tim and Sleepy Plays, one of our new co-hosts. Um, I don't believe that time is correct, actually. What the sheet says is different than what I heard. So let me go peek into chat real quick, because I could have swore. This is where I try to find it. No, not that one. Other one. Too many channels. Um, I'm gonna say stay tuned on that because my understanding was minor league draft's gonna be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then after that, because the minor league draft streams are usually about an hour, maybe slightly less than that. Because we have the tahini, shall I say, a tradition like no other, even though it has nothing to do with golf. Tahini is going to be on at, I saw the announcement for this. For those who don't know what the tahini is, every single team in PBE, minor league and major league, we throw them all in one big old bracket, and we have a single elimination tournament. Also, don't forget to do your brackets for that. We do have a bracket contest for that. That will also be on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And then, as I mentioned, we have spring training coming up this week as well, which I don't see any. So stay tuned on times for that. Thursday and Saturday will be spring training. Opening day next Tuesday, the 13th, and then we get into regular season stuff. But with that being said, again, big thanks to Punk for taking care of this file for me to make me look like a smart individual. Also, I cannot go without thanking our wonderful artist in Orbiting Death who made all of our logos. I mean, he's made logos for Prospect League ever since I started Prospect League, which is over 2 years at this point. So big thanks to Orbiting Death for that. Um, there is no other OOTP streamers on at the moment, from what I can see. So if you're here for drops, unfortunately, hopefully you got all your drops, but I'm gonna send you all over to Max, who's doing. He is an OOTP affiliate, but he's not doing OOTP at the moment. He's iRacing, so hopefully we're not gonna, I don't know what iRacing he's doing today, but hopefully we won't distract him with a big raid. Um, Big thanks to everybody who has hung out. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. In fact, I didn't even, it's too late now, but I might as well do it. You get to see it for like a second or two. There we go. North with the sweep. Don't forget awards tomorrow. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been a fun Prospect League season, and I get to talk about eggnog 6 weeks from now. I'm very happy about that. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll see y'all later.